Hey everybody, I'm Rousseau, and I do a little work here and there. It looks like we're back in the research workshop, and this time we're looking at something a little arbitrary, or at least right now it's kind of random, as it is a display stand. As with the majority of my projects, I've made this out of cardstock. In particular, this is 110-pound cardstock from Georgia Pacific. It doesn't really matter. Really, you just need to figure out how thick your cardstock is, or just monitor and adjust as you go. So, also, like a lot of the things that I make, this stand is modular, so if you wanted to switch some of the parts out, you can totally do that. Speaking of which, these are the parts. Here you can see I have 4 more or less identical walls, a base in one piece and a top in 2 pieces, though one is made to match the wall. The base and the, what I guess you call bottom of the top, both have slots all the way through them, whereas the very top only has slots most of the way through. And you can see on this bottom of the top piece, I put a little logo. This will be in the bottom of the cavity where you put your mini, and really you could make that whatever. It could just be blank. It doesn't really matter. But in this case, you can see it's the A for Atomico. And I figure I can use this as a stand for the apothecary, or who knows, I can make another wall with a little plaque on it and write whatever I want on there. For instance, most valuable player, since, that's a thing in the game. But I don't know, it might need a redesign, since this really is just the first idea that I had. Of course, this design sort of arose as a challenge, or, a challenge more or less from Atomico, because, as it happens, Atomico needs to save as much money as he can on shipping, because, metal minis are heavy, and that places size restrictions on things that he can and can't ship. International customers should not have to be disadvantaged in that way. So when I mention a little display stand, he mentions dimensions. And basically that amounts to a stand that needs to be less than 8 by 5 in inches and less than 6 millimeters thick, while also being under 3 ounces. These are paper right now, but doing my complicated head math and estimating like no one's business, I figure one of these stands should be under 3 ounces by weight of material. But yeah, that is what it is. It isn't painted right now, but I'll get around to that. And it may show up in one of the next painting videos, maybe both of them, who knows. If it's painted, it might make a nice little addition to my existing rotating display stand. And also, I don't want to get anybody too excited. Atomico's got a lot of stuff to worry about anyway. And he seems to think, not that I disagree entirely, that this sort of thing deserves its own Kickstarter. Now, I think it's a fine idea, except there really needs to be more to it. I mean, more of those central pieces, more logos, more types of walls. Also, the hole for the base right now is, I think, 26 millimeters, so there would definitely need to be a solution for miniatures that have larger bases than that. But again, I'm not worried about it. I'm not thinking about a Kickstarter right now. I'm just making stuff for myself, or really stuff for my dwarves. Here's a cheerleader, and those are going to get painted next time. This time, however, this is getting painted. You didn't think I was just going to leave it white, or really, truth of the matter is, I did, but then I painted it and recorded the video and the audio that you are seeing and hearing right now. But yeah, that really is it for now. So stay tuned for the next episode. There will be less of them, but I'll talk about that in September. So until next time, this has been the Research Workshop on Rousseau Works, and I'm Rousseau, out.